Good evening, everyone. This is Nagesh Kauni, a senior associate member of Let's Play Buddy.com and the permanent member of Vidyadhar Academy and FDNI. Today, we are here to discuss the importance of the democracy. So today, we have Mr. Nitin Rajput sir from Delhi. So they are going to explain us the importance of the democracy. So welcome, sir. Welcome to this dais. And please, you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Nagesh. Uh, the introduction is not required. You can ask the question directly.
Yeah, sir. Then we can go with our important topic today. So, sir, we know that there are the many countries have been following the different rules, and in India we are following the democracy, which is written by the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The democracy, it's the biggest democracy in the world. So today we would like to know the each and every topic of this the value of the democracy. So please, we want to know what is the democracy? What is the meaning of democracy?
Everybody understands some basic definitions of democracy, like for the people, by the people, of the people. That is democracy. Different people have tried to convey the meaning of democracy. But a very important aspect of democracy, which is the rotation of power, is missing from the definitions which comes before us. And so, as per my definition of democracy, democracy is a political process which provides opportunity to the most eligible person, despite being in the most unfortunate circumstances, to lead the nation. So, the focus has to be on the most eligible person. Eligible means definitely the one who can lead based upon the abilities and not based upon his background, his money, his father's reputation, like that.
Okay. Okay, so second question is, so from the democracy, what citizens will get benefit out of it?
See, our life is handled by the state. We are controlled by the state. If the state becomes dictatorial, then the things will become very difficult for us. We will not even have the freedom of speech. Today, like we are sitting here, we are discussing about democracy. We are having this freedom of speech. This is because of democracy.
Because
Democracy
the
is,
concept of democracy and the benefit of democracy, it can be read by the educated person. But India having still it's a only 77% literacy in the India. Still 23% is the illiteracy in the India. So how we can make them understand for the common uneducated person? Because we know I am educated, I know because the 77% people are educated, they know it, but still 23% are remaining. So how we can make sure that they will get they will get to know the understanding of the democracy.
that question is very, very deep actually. You will have to give some time. Don't jump to another question. I'll try to do justice to this question. It's a very important question, yes. How to make sure the uneducated people also understand the value of democracy. See, first of all, the educated people will have to understand democracy. They should have the conviction. Because the uneducated actually, they follow the educated people only. In their family or in their knowledge, in their relation, their friend circle, somebody who is educated is actually the source of knowledge to them. And that is how the knowledge transfer. The knowledge. So it is important that the educated people have conviction about democracy, have the right knowledge about democracy. And it is very unfortunate that even the educated people, they don't have conviction about democracy. Many times they criticize democracy. Democracy, uh, see, Pakistan also says we have democracy. India is also having democracy. America is also having democracy. And the situation is very clear to you. Which country is better than which country? and which country is the hub of terrorism, and in which country you have the, you know, uh, so many uneducated people, so many poor people, and in which country is has been the superpowers for so many years. Everybody is so definitely there is some problem in understanding democracy. The way you are understanding democracy, the problem lies there. Now, as an educated person, it is your responsibility to go deeper into it, to study democracy and to learn from the better democracy. Can't you? You just look at the world map, look at the countries which are the developed countries in the world, and try to see the political system which they have. They are the democratic countries. And you look
Yeah,
at,
yes,
yes,
yes. You mean to say that because the remaining 23%, the citizens, they can be educated by only through the educated people.
yes, yes, the knowledge transfer like this only. The and one more thing, yeah, it means so one thing that the educated people, when it comes to democracy, please understand that knowledge, what we are getting from the books, by the way, it is controlled by the state. And I don't see in near future that we are going to reach to that level globally where we can have uh, an agreement that, okay, these are the rules for the humanity, which are there actually. And actually, that thing has been done. Those rules have been there in our tradition, but in the quest of innovation and etc., you are uh, forgetting the basic rules of humanity. So what is happening actually? Somebody who is educated, he is having some advanced know-how which he thinks, and he thinks he is modernized. And somebody who is so-called uneducated, but his way of life is very sustainable and very practical and very peaceful. Now, how do you decide who is uneducated and who is educated? So, it is very important for us to first find the right principles of life and then try to judge people in the light of that knowledge only. It is not only everybody understands means why you majority of the people are going for education means not many people are going for education for the sake of education. It is only for the sake of their career. They want to become something, and then they are going for that subject, that discipline, that field. They are not educating themselves for the sake of their development. How many people are studying this? There are social science, so many subjects are there. We are the land where we used to have this shastras. It was, and that is why Indians are so talkative actually. But somehow uh, the wrong knowledge has been fed in our mind, and that is why we are discussing the wrong things today. Majority of us. Uh, but it is now the time that we start discussing the right things. If we discuss the right things, then automatically the change will start. And when everybody will start discussing the right things, even kids will start discussing what we are discussing today here, then definitely uh, those sitting above at the top, they will not be able to, uh, you know, take you for granted. They will not be able to manipulate you in whatever way they want.
So your point is that all the educated people and those who are studying the education, they have to make sure that they have to read and they have to study the democracy in a right manner, not to shake up the knowledge, right? Yes. Yeah, sure. So and the second question is, so what is the role of the leader in the democracy?
In a democracy, everybody has to be the leader.
Okay.
Yes.
Because India has a system in a such a way that in the center we have the parliament, we have the Lok Sabha, we have the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha members are directly elected from the people, and Rajya Sabha they are indirectly elected. And in state we have the legislative assembly. They are directly elected from the people, and how they have to perform their rule.
Yeah. See, in a in an ideal democracy, every citizen should be aware about their duty towards the rest of the society, towards the nation, towards the humanity. Everybody has to be a leader in that sense. It is just that for the sake of governance, we will require some people out there working for bureaucracy, some people working in judiciary, some people working in legislature, but they should not be like, you know, the power of people, but who will decide how the rest of the people will behave? No, it these people should come from within the society. They should be answerable to the society, and their for their mistakes, they should be removed from their post. And the
But
better,
I would like to ask one question on this topic, sir, because you say that the leader has to come from this particular region and like this particular from the section of the people among the people. But as seeing the present generation politics, because common person can't become a politics without having money power and muscle power.
if we look at it positively, definitely we have evolved at one point of time. Uh, you know, the kings were ruling us on hereditary basis, and at one point of time we were just the slaves of the Britishers. Today, definitely we have reached to this stage. It is all about improving from where you are. So, if you look at the history, things were definitely much worse than today. But people out there, we have to be thankful. And we should be really thankful to all those people who sacrificed their lives and all to give us this independence, to bring us to this stage where we are today. And uh, and uh, uh, and definitely taking inspiration from those people, we should try to uh, evolve from where we are. And as you said, that the role of money and the muscle power is there. See, uh, we are getting globalized, and technology is also coming to the help of the ordinary people. This has tremendous scope, tremendous power. People should, you know, take the advantage of this technology in a positive way. You are free actually, and take it, before things go worse. And it is better. The sooner you understand this thing, the better networking can be formed by the people. Then they will be able to take advantage. Fine, you will not. The electoral system is like that on ground. When it comes to the voting and all, you people have to select somebody from your area like that. But that is a different issue. You might be in Karnataka, I am sitting in Delhi, somebody is in Manipur, somebody is, and why? Because when we are discussing on democracy, it is a global thing. Okay, it is, see, messaging is very important. If people understand, we have paid a big price both in terms of life, our security, our dignity, our reputation, everything. Even after Second World War, we have already seen two world wars. And after that, there should have been an end to this thing, the terrorism and the wars. And are we really evolving? What kind of evolution is this? People are think we are really evolving. We are, but what are we actually developing? You look at it. You are developing arms. You are developing different ways to spoil the life of the youth. Uh, Online things and so many things. You are not sparing the kids. All the advertisements are targeting the kids. You are not concerned about the health of the kids. All your concern is to sell your product to the kids and things like that. Where is the morality? So many issues are there. Means
Yes, yes.
eh, uh, so we need to take evolve from where we are. Technology is going to come to our help, and democracy definitely. When the message, it is up to the youth, the youngsters. The youngsters, they have that will, that zeal inside them to bring the change. It is just that once they get motivated, that this is how you can bring a change. You have raised this point. I was thinking about discussing it later. But see, from our side, we have devised a mechanism wherein if you are willing to bring a change in the society, then the first question arises in front of you is that my career is going to be at stake. Uh, I'm not having the money. Fine. So we have designed a platform in such a way that there are two separate platforms, Vidyadhar Academy and Let'sPlayBuddy.com. You can join these platforms uh, and via all these platforms, be it FDNI, be it Let'sPlayBuddy.com and Vidyadhar Academy, we can keep on spreading this message about democracy and what all it takes for national integration, for spreading the message of peace in the society. We can keep on doing that thing. At the same time, your career will not be kept at stake. Your monetary issues will not be kept at stake. There are, if you can teach students, you can teach. If you can work as associates, you can work as associates. And so that is why if people understand this thing, this is how you can spread your network. Right-minded people come together and definitely over a period of time. And then later on, other people will come for the sake of maybe they will come for their monetary things and all. But we also have the arrangement for them, all of them. Let'sPlayBuddy.com. We have designed in such a way, anybody who is a user of the website, they will become the owner of the website. Okay. So,
Okay. So, being a democracy country, providing a reservation to the education system and providing reservation for the job purpose and providing the reservation for in the election also, is it really make a sense?
the reservation is required for the deprived sections of the society. And but the way you provide it, the criteria of providing that help, that can be discussed. It can be a matter of discussion, and definitely we need to discuss in a way because what is happening that only a certain uh, in every community, the top section of the society of that community, they are able to get the benefit of this reservation, and then rest of the people are not getting it. And so it looks like so many people are getting that. By the way, here, see, I will give you two extremes: capitalism and communism. The best is the middle path, the mixed economy. But understanding this capitalism and communism, both and also right and left thing, uh, is very crucial. So communism actually forced these capitalist countries to convert into a welfare state. Today, you look at these developed countries, the Western societies, they have the best of the welfare measures. And why would you require a reservation and all? It is the duty. But how do you look at employment? And if you look at it as a family, in a family, if you have a farm, the father will decide, okay, you do this, you do this. Everybody has the work, and whatever is the produce, you have that share in that, and then everybody is happy. This has to be the feeling. On the other hand, so this is one side of communism, the positive side of communism. The capitalism talks about rewarding those people who bring up new ideas, bring up new technologies. Uh, so there should be some incentive for those people. Fine. So that is why I said we need to understand both communism and capitalism, and then uh, try to get the best out of these things, and that way. So in the Western countries, they provide the dole, unemployment dole. You know, if the state takes it as a duty upon itself that we have to provide you the employment, and if we are not providing you employment, it is our failure. And because of that, now we are providing you this money. Okay, so this is the issue. Providing the in this Jagan Mohan Reddy is providing money to the housewives now uh, in Andhra Pradesh, right? So
Yes,
it is
yes, yes.
all about appreciating the work. People are working, everybody is working. Even like if you are working for, this is also, it's a positive awareness campaign we are doing. If the state want to uh, pay money, they can pay money like to this thing as well, you know, for to the people to talk positively about society. They can pay people to do some social service. You know, there are so many things what can you, but the state, it, see how unfortunate is this. Still, in India, only 17% of the workforce is organized. When your workforce, this is unorganized, 83%, according to one data which I just saw online. How will you design the policies? How do you get the data? So there are the, that is why there is means lack of designing of the policies. You have to organize. Every civilized society has to be an organized society. You will have to bring people to the fold of governance. That is the real objective of governance. Everybody should feel part of the government system, the machinery. There are so many educated people who don't go out to vote. They don't feel like it is required to vote. They are already very negative about the entire system. That is the failure of the system. You know, people should not feel like this. Everybody should be motivated that my vote counts. It will bring change to the system. Now it is their responsibility as well to actually start thinking why, what is the reason. Definitely there is some mechanism how they have designed the system that you are trying to bring a change, but that change does not matter, and something else comes up. You know, you can see uh, there should not be that much difference between the number of seats you are getting and the number of the percentage of votes you are getting. But the kind of system we have, there is a huge difference between the number of seats you win and the percentage of votes you get.
Yes, sure. So, in a democracy country, there are the different religions because India is a diversified country because the different religions, the different languages, and different culture and different ethics of practice. And is it really make an impact on the democracy? Because if you ask me the question, because surely it is directly impacted on the Indian democracy, because in a many ways the already in terms of the formation of the states also they are the linguistic basis states already has been formed. And when it comes to the religious also, there are some religious, they are playing a very significant role in the formation of the government in somewhere. In the improvement of the community also, there are some religious, they are working towards the improvement of the community. Is it really make a more impact on the democracy?
So you are highlighting the role of diversity in a country like India.
Yes.
And how will the democracy, actually democracy is the process to handle the diversity. It is the best political process which can handle the diversity in the best possible manner. I have see, uh, I've read Bhagavad Gita, I've read, I'm reading Ramayana, but regarding the Vedas, I have not read it in original. Whatever knowledge I have it through uh, the YouTube videos of some very educated people and through online. But even regarding this, we also have the mention of Sabha and Samiti in the Vedas. That thing is okay. Anyways, it was there in India at one point of time. So we had that tradition, and you can see in our tradition, the diversity has never been a problem. Right from Ashokan times, we have this on his inscription. He has written that uh, uh, means King Piyadasi, dear to God, honor all sects. That thing is written. So honor all sects, and so many gods and goddesses are there in this country. So many unknowledgeable people, ignorant people, they make fun of this thing. It is not a fun. It is our strength. This diversity is our strength, and we have that principle. How it is you look at this thing. How were we be able to handle this much diversity in the ancient times? People have not fought, they have not killed in the name of religion, that you are worshipping this god in this way. No, you have to worship God in this way, and I will kill you for this. Even in this 21st century, people are fighting, they are killing each other in the name of religion. At least here in this civilization, we were not killing in the name of religion. Definitely the
It's
king.
exactly true. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah,
diversity.
sir, when we look this the democracy, the Western democracy and the Asian democracy, as in Asia, country like India, the Western democracy countries are more developed than the Indian democracy. But since we got the independence in 1947, so since independence till today, still we are in under the democracy. Still we are under the developing countries. So what is the main reason for this? There is a lot of disparity between the Western and the India,
See,
even having 77% of the literacy.
I'll I'll not comment upon India first. I'll go to Pakistan. Pakistan also claims to be a democracy, but uh, people understand democracy that if you are having the election, then it is a democracy. But that is not election. Having election is doesn't mean you have the democracy. Your elected leader should be answerable to you, and he should be able to make laws for you. He should be able to reflect your opinion in the legislature. But see, there are three organs of government: judiciary, bureaucracy, legislature, and also the military. Look at Pakistan. The principle of separation of power is highly violated, and military is so powerful over there. So the rest of the things, behind the scenes, the military is controlling everything, and because people are not concerned about this thing, they have been fed only one thing, that we have to take revenge from India, everything against India, like that. So this kind of mindset, they are doing injustice to themselves only. First, they lost Bangladesh, and I don't know what all they will lose again if they don't change themselves. Yeah, even in losing Bangladesh, it was their mistake, but they blame India. And even if they will lose Balochistan in future and all, then again they will blame India, but it is their own mistake. They are not understanding where lies the mistake. Everybody needs to understand this thing. And primarily it is their duty. And so regarding the West, and so Pakistan is like having the cancer, and we are having, I can say, like, pneumonia. Okay. Uh, so we have our own share of problems in our democracy. Very sophisticatedly, some things are there working in our system. People need to be educated about that thing, and uh, we can see. I'll give you one formula. Definitely, the world is getting globalized. Uh, the power center is lying somewhere. Uh, I don't know where they are sitting, but over at the top, all these people from the elite of every country, they go out there and then they join hands over there together. So, and then they do all the decision making, the top to bottom approach that is being followed. And citizens themselves don't know what is this? Why did this happen? Now, what you do, democracy is the only solution which will make your person accountable. You start from the very lowest level. Your counselor, the ward counselor, that is the lowest person. He has to be, he is the best person, or your village person. You make sure that that person gives you all the knowledge. He gives you all the reporting. What actually happens over there? You change the table now. You turn the table. You start asking these people the questions. You tell us what happened in that meeting. What is the thing? And on what basis they are, who was the person responsible? Who is giving this decision? You know, Because like in Delhi, you see, Delhi is the capital of this country. Even in this, the capital of this country, they very conveniently keep on playing the blame game. The Kejriwal blames the Modi ji blames the Kejriwal ji.
Yes, it is going on in the entire country only.
Yeah, and citizens are themselves divided because the one who belongs to BJP camp, they think Kejriwal is wrong. Those belong to Kejriwal camp, they think BJP is wrong. Now, what is all this? We need to actually know, are they just making a fool of us? Is this the shadow boxing going on? Or who is actually responsible? For example, related to the oxygen cylinder supply, there was an issue. What was the thing? We deserve to know this thing. But there has to be a counsel. So you start with that. And who can help you in that regard? You ask your counselor. Your counselor should give the reporting. Okay, what was the thing? You are responsible, and we will make sure that whatever you are saying, if that information is wrong, then you are gone. You have to be truthful. So don't give those people the opportunity to dictate you. This is only democracy can turn the table. This is actually the bottom up approach. Mahatma Gandhi was actually focusing on this only when he was emphasizing on the decentralized model, when he was emphasizing upon the self-rule of the villages. This was the same thing. This is an issue of centralization and decentralization.
Okay, then you mean to say that the religions, they should not overtake the democracy. Democracy has to overtake the religious, and the educated people has to act as a very educated people.
Regarding the religion, see, there is a concept of secularism. Uh, all these values for you, it might be different. It is all about perspective, be it equality, be it justice, be it democracy, be it secularism, be it liberty. Uh, uh, all these values, they are same for me. You just need to have that perspective. Okay, so it is just that we are giving them the different names. When it comes to religion, now we use the term secularism. But if we understand democracy in the right perspective, then automatically this issue is taken care of. Because if there is this accountability, no, the person who is going to stand in front of you, how can he say that I am going to work only for my religion? To win, if you are truly democrat, if you have the right democracy, any person standing for your support, he will say I will work for everyone and not just my religion. And automatically then the role of religion has to be a personal thing. It will be sidelined. Okay, and now I can come to that secularism. So we need to understand secularism in a right way. It is about equal promotion of all religions as well as maintaining a principled distance between the state and the religion. If we uh, analyze it well, then this issue can be taken care of.
Okay, so thank you. Thanks for the sharing your view on the democracy. So after listening these all the things, I'm feeling that I should join such a platform. Like where should I show my talent, and where should I demonstrate my talent? So I would like to ask you. So you have you any like
Hello. Yeah,
any that platform there where we can come and we can perform, and if we have that platform, you can explain us so that it is really going to help us some many aspirants.
yeah, see, the three platforms have been created. Objective is the same. If you are educated people, you can understand. But because people have different inclinations, uh, the highly motivated people willing to bring a change in the society, not interested in any monetary issue, their career is secure and anything, fine. By the way, there is nothing wrong in keeping the two things together. Fine, nothing wrong. I'm not saying. But for such people, you can directly come to FDNI and you can start your YouTube channel by associating with us. And this way, our network will grow. For those people who have the issues of the monetary issues, the career issues, they can build up their career. And nothing best than by being a teacher, and you will have the power to bring a change so fast. And definitely, so that is one way you can join Vidyadhar Academy. And those people who are interested in sports only, uh, see, the sportsmanship and democracy, uh, philosophically, they are very much related. What is sportsmanship? See, when we play a sport, you know, a real sportsman will not start cribbing or fighting if he lose. He will congratulate the winner. Okay, it is about
Exactly.
giving your best. It is not only about winning. The same spirit of sportsmanship has to be there in democracy. It is not about winning at all costs. It is about having the right people over there. If the right people goes over there, then definitely they will make right laws and our lives will improve. So if you can understand this intellectually you can do this thing with letsplaybuddy.com. We have a special edition called Being Healthy, Being Human. And there you can relate the issue of sports, health with society's health, social health and the national health. That is how you can spread the message of democracy. And we do have the things for the general public as well, for but I think only later on when our network will grow, then those people will join us. Today, only those who can understand the social value of our initiative, they will be willing to come to us. But we do have the platform for anyone actually. Even if you are not able to express yourself, you feel like I cannot speak. But there are other ways, in your own way, by sharing your sports videos, uh, you can be part of this platform, and your contribution will also be definitely very much appreciated in the growth of this platform. So it is not that only if you can speak, then you will come to this thing. You can join this platform in many ways. I told you in Vidyadhar Academy, you can join this platform as a marketing associate. And then also you will become part of this growth process of this FDNI Vidyadhar Academy and letsplaybuddy.com.
Sure, sir. Then these all your platform are like letsplaybuddy.com is the one platform, and second platform is the FDNI, and your third platform is Vidyadhar Academy.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Vidyadhar.
sure, sir. I think from this video, I think many students they would like to join. They will join this the event, and they'll make sure that they will get a more benefit out of it.
Yeah, sure, Nagesh. Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.